some of these Silver Eagles are real and some of them are fake. Now, I will in this video tell you which ones are which, but first, I want you to take a close look at them and see if you can figure out which ones are real and which ones are fake yourself. So first, let's go ahead and put some numbers over these. So you can see we have number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So you can write down which ones you thought were real and which ones are fake. Let's go ahead and flip them over. Maybe that will help you out. We'll flip these two over, and then we'll flip these two right here. And now we'll flip this one. Now we'll flip these two down here, and finally, these last two. Did that help you at all? Let me know also in that comment. So what I want to do today is show you which ones are real and which ones are fake, which we will in a minute. And then I'm going to do some side-by-side comparisons. That way you can know what to look for and what to keep an eye out for when you're buying Silver Eagles. So let's get into it. But first, if you like videos like this and you want to learn more about gold and silver stacking, don't forget to like and subscribe. My channel is sponsored by sdbullion.com. New customers can get their first order of gold or silver at spot by going to sdbullion.com/new. So looking at our coins after we flip them over, everyone should have came to, at the very minimum, one conclusion, one of two conclusions. One of them being 4 of these are fake, or the other one being 5 of these are fake. Now, if you said 4 of these are fake, you are correct. And if you don't know which ones they are, it's actually really simple. These 4 right here, if you'll notice, they're now upside down. Now, a US coin, and let's just grab one at random. It doesn't mean it's real or fake. Let's grab this one. A US coin flips top to bottom, just like that, right? But these coins, these 4, they are not doing that. So whenever we flip, if this is standing right side up, whenever we flip it top to bottom, it should still be right side up. And you can see it's upside down. So whoever made these fakes missed one simple rule of US coins don't flip side to side like this. They flip like that. So we can quickly eliminate these 4. And now we are left with 5 coins. Now, the question is, which of these are real and which of them are fake? Because there are still fake coins in our pile. So let me go ahead and look really close. We are going to eliminate these 4, and we're going to say, now we're down to, this was 2, 3, 4, and that was 5, 7, and 8. So we have 2, 3, 4, 7, and 8 left. I had to do that in my head, but I think that's correct. Let's go ahead and look at them really close. All right, here is this 2022. All right, take a look at that. Here's the reverse. Here is the obverse. All right, here's the reverse of this one, which is also a 2022. Okay. Let's take a look at this one. This is a 2003. Okay. And we'll take a look at this one. We have a 2011. And then finally, we have this 1998. Now, obviously, this 1998 is proof, but so were these. So, can you tell me which ones of these are fake and which ones are real? Again, let me know in the comments if you get it right. But our final fake coin, there's only one left, is this one right here. So we actually have 4 fake coins right here. And yes, I did take a proof Silver Eagle out of its capsule just for this video. So let's put it back before I scratch it up. Let's put that gently into its capsule like that. Put the top back on and squeeze it down. And then let's put it back into its clamshell box. That's better. I hope I didn't damage it for the experiment. But we have these 4 coins left, and this one is definitely our fake. Now, to the novice, these may all look roughly the same, but there's a few things that stand out really quick. And as we said, our 2022 is the fake one, so let's go ahead and compare it to a real 2022, and we'll just get these out of the way. And now that our camera is closer, you can actually see that we have a resolution problem on our fake Silver Eagle, which is this one right here. Now take a look at this one and look at the lines in the dress. You see how they look nice, sharp, and detailed. Look at the lines in this one. They are much bigger, farther apart. It's basically not near as detailed. It's a low resolution copy. So you can see that very clearly. Now, something else that's going to stand out is there is a font difference between the 2022 on the real one on our left and the one on our right. You can see that those numbers actually look different. The 0 in the 2022 on our real one, not only is it closer to the top of the line where Lady Liberty's foot is, as are the 2s, by the way, but it also just looks a bit bigger. And if you compare that to our fake 2022, you'll see what I mean. See how all of these numbers are farther away from her foot than they are on the real one? They basically almost touch the foot on the real one, and on the fake one, they are quite a bit far away. And then if you look at the American flag, it is also way less detailed, or at least a much lower resolution. So again, you can see the lines on the flag right here. And if we look at the stars on this one, that doesn't even look like look at this. Look at the difference in the pattern behind the stars and then the pattern behind the stars on this one. Again, a much lower resolution copy. Now looking at the reverse, you can see that the reverse of our fake, which is on the right still, it actually looks pretty good. Although there is one major glaring problem, and that is, once again, the font. It almost looks like they tried to find a font that was as close as possible, and then they turned on bold. In other words, they made the font very bold or very thick. Compare the two. Look at the word $1 on our left, and look at the word $1 on our right. You can see that it's, like I'd said, they almost turned bold on. And the same can be said for United States of America, for E Pluribus Unum, and for 1 ounce fine silver. The eagle actually looks pretty good, but the one on our left looks much more detailed, especially on the breast feathers. And again, it just looks like it's a much higher resolution. In other words, the engravers that made the dies for these did an incredible job, as they always do. And this one right here, they hired someone that wasn't quite that good at it. Now keep in mind that their intent isn't necessarily to fool the seasoned stacker or even the coin shop. It's to fool the novice. But even for seasoned stackers, there is something you really need to be weary of. And that's when we go and buy tubes, like a full tube of silver eagles. Sometimes some of these can be mixed in. So if you were to say look at this really quick. The diameter is the exact same. So if we were to take a full tube of silver eagles like this, pour them all out, and then we just remove one of our silver eagles, put our fake one in its place, it'd be really hard to tell that you had a fake silver eagle in there. I mean, I guess we can kind of see it, but if you aren't really looking really close, you can tell it's right there. You would think you just had a full tube of silver eagles if you didn't check every single one. And somebody would have pocketed a real silver eagle and sold you 20, but only 19 were real. Now, fortunately, we were able to tell with this silver eagle where our fake one was in that roll, and that's because if you look at it next to a regular 2022 or a real one, there is a difference in the reeds. The reeds also look lower resolution, but you'll notice the missing reed is actually there on our fake, and it's in the right position. So our missing reed, which is supposed to be the US's security feature, looks like it was easily beaten right here, was it not? That's pretty sad. What a sad security feature that they introduced on the Silver Eagles. They should do better. Now, there is good news. There is a lot of ways to test Silver Eagles, only one of them being the pocket pinger and using a ping app. And I'm going to show that to you really quickly, just in case you're a new viewer and haven't seen it. If you've been subscribed to this channel for any amount of time, you've seen this app plenty. And if you want a pocket pinger, this video is not sponsored by Sound Money Metals, the maker of this. However, I do have an affiliate link down below. And if you order one with that affiliate link, I do get a little bit of a kickback. So thank you for doing that and supporting the channel. But if we use our Stacker Tools app on my Android, we hit Silver Eagle Type 2 and we press start, it's going to be listening through the microphone for the sound of our Silver Eagle. And let's see if it can tell us which one is real and which one is fake. We'll hit start. We'll put our eagle in the pocket pinger and we'll let it rip. Pass. All sound test confirm size and weight. So it passed all the sound tests. What it's telling you to do is confirm the correct diameter and the correct weight, because a real silver eagle, or I'm sorry, a fake silver eagle cannot be the same diameter, same thickness, and make the exact same sound unless it's also the exact same metal. And let me show you what I mean by that. We already know that these are the same diameter I showed you earlier, but listen to how this sounds. Caution. Test failed. And if we click more info, well, it just says test failed. There's no more info, but the test did fail, and you can see it did not hit all the peaks that it was looking for. This one wasn't anywhere near it. There was no peak here. In fact, there was a dip, and there was no ping in this blue line either. And this one was actually outside of the blue also. So this one, even though it is the correct thickness and diameter, it is not making the same sound, and it likely doesn't weigh the same either. And with our scale tared out on grams, you can see our real silver eagle weighs 31.3, and our fake silver eagle weighs 30.9. It's a little bit underweight. So I hope you learned a little bit in this video, and if you did, let me know with a comment down below. Now, one thing I'll add before we go is some people will say that it's illegal for me to own fake silver eagles, and that is not the case at all. It is illegal for me to try and pass them off as real, but if I'm just keeping them and using them for educational purposes, which is proof by this video, it's actually not illegal to own them. If I ever went out and tried to spend this, it would be a federal crime and I'd go to jail. But owning it for educational purposes and showing other people what they can do to avoid getting these is actually helping, not hurting. So I hope you guys, like I'd said, enjoyed the video. And if you did, don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll see you next time.